Welcome back to the future bathroom. So, I've been able to get some more organization in here. Everything over here in the corner is cleaned out. All of the baseballs, rubber balls, golf balls, tennis balls that I've been finding in different locations, they've been going into this bucket and they're basically filled up. I also found more gloves, and the interesting thing is, like, this glove here, it doesn't even look like it's been used. It was wrapped in a plastic bag and tied off, and it's in excellent shape. I opened it up and looked at it. It's a left-hander's glove, but it's in mint condition, basically. It hasn't been used. It just needs to be oiled. It's stiff, but it hasn't been used. And there's another left-hander's glove. This one, it says made in Japan, but the brand, I'm not sure what this brand is. But anyway, this one's obviously a little used. In the palm, you can see not only is it a little worn, it also says softball. And there are a couple of softballs in here that I found. It doesn't really look like a softball glove to me, but it says softball. Maybe it just means like rubber baseball, because that's very popular in Japan. And if you know what these gloves are, you can tell me. I'm going to take a guess. I don't have my glasses. Oh yeah, here it is. I was going to say I don't have my glasses on. It's difficult to read that, but it says Sun Ridges Match. And just based on the design of the glove and the thick protective pieces in the fingers, I'm going to guess that these are like kendo gloves. But if you know better than I do, let me know in the comments. Some type of competition gloves. Not really sure what they're for, but my guess is kendo. You can let me know if you know in the comment section. But here we go. So basically, this pile of stuff here, there's some little boxes, some neat antique little boxes that I want to keep. And the reason is because I like tinkering with these. I like sanding them, fixing them, and then either using them or selling them. So I'll keep those. No big deal. And the baseballs I'll keep, because I do have a glove and I like to play. So whenever I have a chance, I played on a team in Tokyo. If my friend Kevin is watching, hey Kevin! Hey Kevin! I played with their team in Tokyo. Hopefully I'll get a chance to play with them again sometime soon. That would be great. I found some other things. Let's go take a look at that right quick. This is a scale, a hanging scale. Anything that's useful, or any tool that's still usable, I put to the side. Here, of course, is the plastic and some cans that I've got to get rid of, and some other plastic items. If this pump is still good, this spray pump, I'm going to use it because I need one. And I have to decide what I'm going to do with the fishing tackle box. And those are a bag of old water guns. Right there. I just put all this plastic stuff kind of together in one spot. And the metal that I've got here, I've got a pile of metal over there. And most of that came from stuff that had cloth on it that I burned, and then I just put the metal to the side. And then this pile here. So all of this metal will go together. And there's actually a Chinese couple that wants this metal, so they'll probably come pick it up for me. I'm going to wait until I have a nice pile of it, and then I'll call them to come get it. I did pick up these plugs, by the way, for the bathtub, so I'll hopefully, I might get around to putting those on today, but I don't know. I'm not going to make any promises because I have, other things to attend to. And here we are back in the Doma. Let me try to back up here so you can see everything that's going on. You can see from here that there is stuff underneath. It's difficult to describe everything that's under there because I don't know exactly what these things are, but there are a couple of old big clay pots, some very large old glass jugs, and a few round cement blocks that are set up off the ground with other cement blocks. I guess this was used as a cooking area. and it's been since covered up by this floor and forgotten about. Whenever Taiga was here, Taiga, if you're watching, you remember when we were talking about this and looking at it, and you mentioned that, or Taiga mentioned that maybe they were just using it as storage. But my first thought was, if they're using it for storage for these really large, heavy items, why would they put it so far under there? Because it was very difficult for me to just pull out this one pot, this one clay pot, and I don't even know what this is for. If you happen to recognize it, then I'd be happy for you to point it out in the comment section. Please do. But back to over here, let me put the scale back there. I want to show you a couple of these tools in just a second, some things that I found that I'm keeping because they're good, like this grinding wheel. In the shelves here, I'm sorry, like I told you before, lots of newspaper. This is about to go straight out. I'm about to grab all of these and just toss them over there so I can get them from the other side and go toss them in the fire. I'm unsure what's in these boxes, but I'm about to pull those out too. So while these are burning, I'll pull out and go through all of these. I've got some chemicals and some bottles. So obviously I'm going to mix all the powders and the chemicals together and toss them right in the fire. I hope you don't believe me. I'm not going to do that. I have no idea what these things are. So I'm going to put these bottles with the other bottles right over there and store them properly and then get rid of them properly. I'm not sure what they are, so I have to be careful with those. There's also an old saw back there, saw blade. If I remember, maybe later on I'll give you a treat and show you the massive saw blade that is in the other storage building across from the Kura. There are also some metal containers up there. They're sitting literally above the urinal, so I need to try to pull those out. It's looking like I might have to tear out this frame to get these doors out of here, because this one door just won't budge. When I try to move it, the top frame just completely moves as well. But I'm getting there. I've almost got this ready to be clean, like swept out and finished. But some of the tools that I found, this fire extinguisher here, it is a little old, but it looks like it's in pretty good shape. But it would have to be tested, and I don't know if the fire department would do that, but I could always take it by there and ask. First, let's take a look at this. Here we go. Got snow? No problem. It's no problem. It looks like there are 2 in here. Yeah. Unless they're a pair wrapped tightly, but no, it just looks like 2. So these would go on the front of my van, if they fit. If they fit, these can go on the front of my van because it's front-wheel drive, and this will give me some traction. I don't know. I have no experience putting these on or using them. And these are like a really hard rubber. So I'm not sure if these are meant to help you like get unstuck from mud or if they're actually for snow. But the label on here is almost impossible to read. But I'll try to figure it out. Anyway, they don't look like they've been used, but maybe once or twice. Worth trying. If they work, then hey, save some money on getting snow tires. Found an extra hammer. Of course, the grinding wheel. A complete roll of nylon rope. This right here is pretty cool. I think this was wrapped up. This is a set. What looks like kind of a car set. Something. I'm probably gonna put this in my van because it looks like something you'd want to keep in your car. But this is some of these, like this is Toyota, so it's definitely for a car. See, it says Toyota on it. But like the socket wrench here, this is, I think, Kyoto. Yeah, Kyoto Tool Company. I don't know if you can see that, but Kyoto Tool Company. Pretty cool. I wonder if this company is still making tools. Got some pliers in here. Got a couple of wrenches. Pretty cool. Just, I mean, it needs to be cleaned up, but it's kind of neat. It was just wrapped up. Ooh, set that to the side. And there are some things in here that are just junk, pieces of metal and stuff, things that I either don't need or can't use or whatever, you know, pieces of wire. This kind of looks like a trimmer head, but I'm not quite sure. Old fan belts and some random farm equipment, pieces of metal and whatnot. Piece of the house. So there you go. Some tools, and there are some other things here that I don't immediately recognize, like this bag here. Outdoor and sports with nature. Great. This feels like it could be a really nice chair, like a fold-out chair, or maybe even a pair of chairs. I'm not going to open it right now. I'm just going to guess. I put it to the side because it looks like it's in good shape. If it is a chair, it's going to be really cool because I can have an outdoor chair when I'm doing stuff and I want to sit down and take a break or eat, sit by the fire. I can just use this. That's what I hope it is. It feels like that. It feels like that. And I found some more old pictures. Cute, just jumping picture. Yeah, a couple of these look like school pictures. There's a Japanese performance. Looks like a bunch of students watching, sitting on the tatami. And this looks like a bunch of students. This one's very difficult to see, but it looks like a bunch of students wearing their jumpsuits, going on a field trip somewhere out in the wilderness. These suits look similar to the ones that I found. You can't really see them here. They're underneath this stack. There are a bunch of cool looking jumpsuits, school jumpsuits, and I kept them because I feel like they're just too cool to burn and they're in great condition. So I put them to the side, I'll wash them, and if they still look good and they hold up, then I'll see about selling them. Obviously, no one in Japan is going to buy these, but it will be interesting to see if somebody, or one of you maybe, would like to buy one, you know, something like this. It'd be pretty cool to have, don't you think? Now check this out. I'm not sure how old this is, but I am a little afraid to open it since it is quite old, very old. Paper and bamboo umbrella or parasol. I'm going to look at it more closely later. I put it to the side because I didn't want to break it. But I did look these up online, and this type of style, the old bamboo paper umbrella or parasol, whatever you want to call it, could go back to the 1800s. This could be 150 years old. Could be. Very cool, huh? This is one of those antique finds that I think is really awesome. So, once again, it goes to the side, and I keep it with the other things. There's also a really nice men's jacket with a belt that I kept. This is a box of some type of metal pieces that were never opened. if you look at the box, it's Kubota genuine parts. So it suggests that these are Kubota parts, and each one is individually wrapped. There is a pair of some type of bracket. Actually, it's three. It's not two. It's three pieces inside one bag, and they are unopened. They each have a label. This one also. This one's a bigger bag, and it also has a label. Lots of pieces in here, completely unopened, and lots of other parts. It looks like somebody went to the hardware store and bought a lot of parts, didn't open them, didn't get a chance to use them. Yeah. A little rusty, but just sitting right there in the bag with the labels and everything, unopened, completely unopened. Okay, some of these I kind of recognize, but I don't know how to describe them. Anyway, there you go, completely new old. New old parts, and it's still in the bag. This is quite heavy too. So, there you go. I don't know if you saw this before, but in the kitchen I did find a few different knives. Perfect. This one can be used as is to spread peanut butter. It's good for your health. Yeah, maybe a couple of these, if they're cleaned up and sharpened, they can be used. Like, for example, this one here. This one's obviously in much better condition. Yeah, it wouldn't take much to bring this one back. This is the one that I actually used earlier to cut open a bag. I was trying to tear the bag off in order to get to the item inside. And the item inside, it's actually right over there. It's a rice bucket. So after you cook your rice, you put it in there. It even has the rice spoon still inside. But they had it in like a canvas bag to protect it. And it was tied in a knot. So I had to cut the bag off. And that's the knife I used to do it, because my razor blade knife, utility knife, was in there. Okay. And there's another type of, it appears to be some type of tripod for something. I'm not sure. But it looks like it's in great shape. Figure out what it is, sell it on Mercari. Oh, yeah, there's the other knife. I knew there was one more. This one also similar to the other. I think it's yeah, almost identical to the other one. So, there we go. 6 knives. Yep. I found this. I put it to the side because I thought it was cute. It's a postcard, and you can see on here, I think it's upside down. I don't have my glasses on. Oh. Oops. Oh! No, it was sideways. I'm squinting at it right now, if you can't tell. I'm squinting so I can see. But somebody drew a watermelon on it. It's very cute. I'm unable to read this, but if you can read it and translate it, feel free to do so. It would be interesting to find out what it says. But if not, I'll ask my sensei. And if you're watching this, sensei, onegai shimasu, could you translate it and post the comment and post it in the comments? I also found 8 yen. Yay! And this was in the desk. Before I burned to the desk, I cleaned it all out. Okay, the rest of the tools and all of that stuff here are mine. I also did find one unused fine-tooth table saw blade. I don't know. I can't tell because I don't have my glasses on if it's carbide tipped or not. Probably not, but you know, it's free. Whatever. And a couple more things. Just this is something you put underneath your range top. You fold it out and it goes underneath. It's unopened, unused, so I can use that. I'll put that to the side. And a chopping block. Clean it up and can be used. It's nice and heavy. And I've got the knives to go with it. And of course some of the jumpsuits and the clothes here. And what I'm going to do, by the way, I found a couple of electronic devices. They're in the room in there, so I can't show them to you now, but I'll show them later. Right now, I just wanted to show you what I'm up to in the Doma. This is the very old TV. It's very cool looking. I don't know if it works or not, but I'm afraid to plug it in. I've been cleaning up and getting all of this ready so that everything in here can come out and bring the cabinet out. Once I get this closet cleaned out and everything out of this room, then I will begin to set up, as best I can, a type of bathroom here. So the bathtub, the sink, and toilet. I don't have a toilet yet, but I can at least get the area ready for that. This plywood here I'll be using to help stabilize the floor, but that's where I'm at right now with the plumbing. I haven't connected the cold water pipe simply because since I'm going to run it over here, that's the plan anyway, I decided not to run any pipe. I'm just going to leave it there for a few minutes. So that's where we're at. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. I just found this nice heavy roll of copper. Just this one piece here. This one long piece. I wonder how much this would cost in the store. There's no telling. Ugh. Quite heavy for something not too big. Dense and heavy. Okay. So this lots more metal tools. I found another tool set. Yanma. This is a set of tools that are in really good shape. There's no rust at all inside. They were protected in the bag. Put those over here with mine. And there's some more stuff. This old box. Inside are some various pieces of metal and stuff, but there are a ton of really good nails in here. So I will keep those and sort those. I finished the bottom and swept everything out. Everything on the second shelf is out. The only thing left on the top shelf is what I mentioned before, the saw blade in the back, these bottles, and those cans in there. But I'll get to those after I move these doors. Right now, I want you to see how much stuff I pulled out. Most of this came out of the bottom, this area here. And it's like 95% newspapers. So I'm going to burn it. I also like this old blue bottle. Pretty interesting. Every time I take my gloves off, my hands get cold. But these gloves they have like rubber on one side and fabric on the back side, so when I put them back on, my hands get even colder because all the heat is lost from where I took them off. Let's go ahead and take some of this out. Out to the burn pile! Bags and bags of newspapers. What were they going to do with them?